Soul Train dancers. I have a new episode of Comic Reviews of Fate, and they are, as always, brought to you by my own self-published comic book, Red Knight. Issue 5 just came out, written by me and drawn by J.C. Grande, with a bonus short at the back, drawn by James Harmon. It's Red Knight and Martha Brown versus giant robots unleashed by a supervillain has-been, Dr. Sci-Fi. Check it out. It's available at my etsyshop.com right now, and soon it's going to be available on the Promo Paper website. It's not available just yet, but check it out. Now, to comic books. I was sick for a couple of days, so I didn't get a chance to get over to the store on Wednesday. So I have a couple here from, I think, last week, and some from this past week, and I gotta tell you, the books I bought today, I couldn't have been more excited about after I read. Each one was just fantastic. Let's start with Captain Marvel, number 5, and that's by Kelly Sue DeConnick. And we have a guest artist, Emma Rios. Boy, I'm not familiar with her work, but she was quite great, actually. And I actually wouldn't mind seeing her just take over the role. Because she gives... She holds up the quality of the book, and she almost gives the Captain Marvel title almost a Vertigo look to it, in a weird way. At least that's my personal opinion. It's beautiful, but still has, you know, really kind of loose, independent feel to it. Similar to what you get from, you know, the better Vertigo books. But anyway, hey, what's going on? Well, it's 1961 in Texas. Captain Marvel is still stuck in time, and she is now alongside of Helen Cobb out of all these years. She's journeyed closer and closer to the present, but not quite there yet. And let's see, she is now flying with Helen. I mean, her all-time hero now. And let's see. Helen is supposed to be part of this group of astronauts they're training for women, but lo and behold, they get screwed out of the deal, which actually Carol knew was coming. She knew, you know, the history of Helen's history, so she knew that was going to happen. So they get a little payback, which is this piece of alien technology that Helen, I believe, gave to the government, and part of the deal to strike to create this force. So when they go get it, well, action, fun time ensues, and she has no choice but to turn into Captain Marvel to save their bacon right here, and they actually fly together forward through time to the beginning of Captain Marvel herself, or actually Miss Marvel when she gets her powers from that Kree machine or something like that. When I was reading this, I was beginning to think this is a really good arc, but I was beginning to wonder if it was the right story arc for the first story arc of this series. Maybe it should have been the second story arc. And then when I got to the end of this issue, I thought, oh, okay, this is the perfect story arc to start this series with. You know, encapsulates the history of the character and what DeConnick wants to do with this series, as well as the character Helen Cobb gets more and more interesting as we get to know more about her. I mean, she started as kind of this martyr mentor character that I thought was only going to be kind of like, only in passing, like an Uncle Ben kind of character. But I mean, wow, we really get to know a lot more about her here, and it's just a fantastic series. This is a really good book, and it gets better every issue, frankly. This is 5 Ram Chips. Go get it. Now, Hawkeye, another book that keeps improving. This is Matt Fraction and David Aja. And Hawkeye and Kate Bishop are right in a chase. Chase with an awesome Dodge Challenger, being chased by bad guys in uniformed minis. Anyway, it flashes back. What's cool about this story is it flashes all over the place. It's being narrated by Hawkeye himself, telling us about all the mistakes he's made during this one given day. We also get a look at his trick arrows, which we kind of haven't really paid attention to lately, because, you know, in the last few years, it's just been so much cooler to have real arrows that kill people, and, you know, the trick arrows have been kind of like put aside. You know, that's been more of a Green Arrow thing lately. But, you know, Hawkeye did have the trick arrows too, And so we're getting to see them one by one utilized in this story. Anyway, it's a kidnapping plot. I won't give too much away, but by the way, this is hilarious. The Hawkeye censorship, I think it's just a brilliant joke, and I hope they don't overuse it, but I wouldn't mind seeing it again in a couple more issues. The dialogue between Hawkeye and Kate Bishop is just pitch perfect. Bringing her into this series was a genius move, I think. Giving him like a sidekick to play off of, and also the character. The character was kind of an up-and-coming kind of character, and, you know, when it wasn't sure if Hawkeye was really going to come back to life or anything like that, yeah, whatever. So it's nice to see that she isn't just banished into the nether region, you know, with Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown. Let's see, Fraction is finding a fantastic use for her, and holy crap, I mean, what an exciting, I mean, this is an exciting issue all the way through. Chase scenes don't always work in comics, but oh my god, this is flawless writing and action pacing. The dialogue is just hilarious, and this book, it just also gets better each issue. I mean, it started off great, and then I don't know, 2 and 3 have just been amazing. 5 RAM chips. Now, let's see. Well, let's stick with Marvel. Let's see. Daredevil, number 19. You know how much I love this book. This is Mark Waid, and let's see, Cristelli is the regular artist. I'm actually glad they've kind of stuck with regular artists. I really like Marcos Martin, but it's nice to have it kind of more settled into, you know, a regular artist. And Cini now has kind of a chance to really forge his style onto this book, and it's really shown over the last few issues. The mystery has been, for the last couple of issues, like, what the hell is going on with my neighborhood? Why is it always fucking crazy? I know I actually do a lot of cuts on my videos because there's a fucking siren like every fucking 10 minutes. And occasionally I just let it go into the videos, and then of course commenters go, "Hey, the cops coming for you, Manos." Yeah, fuck you. I live on a street that's kind of a shortcut for like every emergency vehicle in the goddamn Norfolk area. I mean, the ambulances use it, the fire trucks, the police cars. It's just a shortcut to the neighborhoods here, and of course I have to hear it like every goddamn 20 minutes or something like that. So that's why you're hearing a siren like in this video. So okay, now I'm mad at something that hasn't even happened yet. Anyway, you want to cut it? Oh,
no.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay, we're going to keep going. Lindsay hates cutting, by the way. She really does. Plus
the battery in the camera's running down.
That's right. Okay. Anyway, this book is great. There's a mystery as to who's been fucking around with Matt's brain, and it isn't what you were thinking. And I actually won't continue on this because I didn't see it coming. It's really great. 5 RAM chips. Glory, also another great book. Back from a couple months hiatus. Glory and her crew are looking for her younger sister. Her sister is Blood Shadow. And Blood Shadow is fucking dangerous and crazy. And, let's see, actually, I'll actually be a little light on details here because Lindsay hasn't read this comic and she wanted to. But we get to see the origins of their relationship. Meanwhile, they're trying to search her out. And I gotta say, this is by Joe Keatinge and Ross Campbell. Ross Campbell's art is insanely awesome. And, I mean, just all the detail. And, I mean, with the human characters and the inhuman characters, Henry, you don't see much of him in this issue, but he's a great creature. And I can't remember the giant flying cat. Also, there are scenes where we just see everybody kind of at home just looking normal in their weird body shapes and everything like that. I just love this book, and I gotta say, Blood Shadow is scary as hell. I mean, I wouldn't want to be like 100 feet near her. She looks just like she could just kill you instantly with just but a thought. Anyway, we're setting up a eventual showdown. I think What Glory wants is some kind of reunion, but I don't think it's going to go that way. 5 RAM chips. If you're not reading this book, please read this book. This is a great book. This is easily one of the top 5 books I'm currently reading. Anyway, now to Red She-Hulk. Now this was Red Hulk, and Marvel did one of those switchy things where they have somebody else take over the title and they don't change the number, which is weird. I don't know why they do that. But this, I had 2 regular covers. This had the regular standard cover and this Scotty Young cover, which I thought was too adorable not to get, so I got it. And let's see, this is issue 58, but that doesn't matter. This starts a whole new thing with Betty Ross taking over the Red Hulk title. And let's see, who is drawing this thing? This is by... Oh, where is the credits on this thing? Jeez. This apparently was self-created. It just crawled out of the ooze. Yeah, I guess the variant has no creators on this book. Well, I'm sure it was great, whoever did them. But anyway, Betty Ross is very, very irritated that this government experiment to create superheroes, she's actually kind of crashing it. Oh, here it is, I'm sorry. Jeff Parker and Carlo Pugliaon and Wellington Abs are doing the art. Actually, the art is really strong and really good kind of superhero in a Mark Bagley kind of way, almost. It's really lovely. The fight and the action is really well choreographed. The dialogue's okay. It's, I don't know. It's kind of standard superhero stuff, and frankly, nothing really grabbed me too much in this issue. I may pick up another issue to see where it's going, but I don't know. It didn't quite interest me as much as some of the other Marvel titles are doing right now. Anyway, that's going to get 3 RAM chips. Now, lastly, Halloween Eve by Brandon Montclair and Amy Reeder. Now, I've been very excited about this. They were doing a Kickstarter to raise funds for this book, and I actually donated to this, $100 actually, and I got a free copy signed by both creators. I got this awesome Halloween card signed by both creators. It's really cool. And a character sketch of a character I chose. So I chose my own character, Martha Brown, who's in the Red Knight comic, and it was beautiful. It actually came a couple days ago, and I wasn't feeling too good, and I got this in the mail, and boy, that just changed my whole day. It was just awesome seeing that. And she actually told me in an email it was pretty fun to draw, so it's like, oh, that's just the best. Now, the comic. This is from Image, actually, and it's kind of, it's about this girl named Eve who works in a Halloween store. And she's not big on Halloween, oddly enough, where all her coworkers, you know, are all into the scene. And, you know, they're going to dress up on the day before, and she's just not interested. And she's left to clean up, and the Halloween items in the store seem to be alive. They kind of chase her around, and she ends up in this sort of Halloween world where the Halloween creatures sort of look like her co-workers, like the devil looks like her boss, and some of the beasties here look like some of her friends. I love all this design for the Halloween universe town thing. And it isn't until the middle that you realize, oh, this is kind of like a Alice in Wonderland kind of Wizard of Oz type of story. And I feel kind of stupid because that metaphor is done right here on the cover. But it's so cleverly like put together. My own, and let's see, and then of course, you know, she actually starts out as a witch and ends up as Dorothy, which I think is a really kind of clever clever piece here. I enjoyed this a lot, actually. I'm very happy to see Amy Reeder put this out. If you're a big fan of Amy Reeder, you're gonna love it. The art on every page is just stunning and just beautiful. I can't get enough of her crazy designs on some of these kind of creatures. And I'll say this, my only criticism of the book is it's not long enough, actually. I mean, yeah, it's a nice, thick one-shot, but I think this would have benefited from being a miniseries or maybe a longer graphic novel, because, I mean, once you kind of get where the story's going, it's kind of over. And I wish there was just a little more, frankly, to kind of just get into. That's my only real beef. It's not long enough. So I'm going to give it a strong 4 Ram chips, just based on that. But, oh my god, I do recommend picking it up, though. I think it's a great Halloween book. It's a lot of fun. Go check it out. And go support Amy Reeder. It's a terrific book. And I don't know if they're planning to do any more with this character. I'd love to see more with her. But whatever she's doing next, I'm buying it. I think that's it for now, so push the button, Lindsay.